Alright, so I'm sitting here in my man cave watching TV and YouTube at the same time. Man, I just started to think, reading the comments and everything, about backyard breeders and professional breeders. So I want to go on a rant real quick on backyard breeders and professional breeders, because I hear everybody always so quick to support professional breeders and so quick to put down backyard breeders, and that's how y'all do it, just like that, right? Backyard breeders are all bad and professionals are all good. When it's the person, it has nothing to do with you being tagged a professional or tagged as a backyard breeder. It has everything to do with who you are, how much you love the animals, and that's what people need to understand. You could get a dog from a backyard breeder that loves their dogs, takes care of them, brought them to all the vets appointments and everything, get very healthy puppies without papers that could do everything a dog with papers couldn't do, maybe even outdo dogs with papers. So yeah, you could go to a backyard breeder and you can get an unhealthy dog with worms and a whole bunch of problems too. I know that. That's how I know it's the person. It has nothing to do with the label. And then if you go to a professional breeder, you can get a dog where they haven't brought it to the vet at all. They've been doing the shots themselves and cutting corners on cost. They done love the money more than they love the dog a long time ago. They started loving the money more than they love the dogs. And that's professional, because they getting lots of money for their stuff. They're breeding multiple times a year, so they're more responsible for filling up the shelter, right? Because they putting out dogs around the clock. They're doing it for a living, and they fall in love with the money over time. So that does not goes for all of them, but that's a lot of them. So that tells me that no matter if you're professional or if you're a backyard breeder, I gotta go into that process looking at you, the person, and have nothing to do with any of that other stuff. Let me spark this cigarette. My mom don't let me smoke in these. Sorry, Mom. So anyways, like I was saying, do your research as the buyer of the dog. Do your research on the breed, obviously, and also do your research on the person that you're getting it from. Whatever kennel it is, if it's a backyard breeder and they're not popular, I question them to death. But just because you're going to a professional does not mean you're getting a good dog. And I feel like professional breeders are more responsible for bringing breeds down and ruining breeds than backyard breeders are. Because backyard breeders, they don't have papers to give you, right? They don't have none of that. They're just giving you a dog. You gotta like what you see, and you go from there. Well, as a professional breeder, they're tagging papers. They're doing everything they could do, cutting corners to make the dog how they want. For instance, a professional breeder will have a litter, sneak another puppy into that litter, get papers for that dog, and then breed that dog back to one of their dogs just to add what they want into the breed itself. Hopefully you follow that. And you know what that does? That's how you get the offspring of a bully and an American Pit Bull Terrier. You get the offspring to you as a full American Pit Bull Terrier with papers, when we know damn well it's bullies. How did that happen? That did not happen with backyard breeders. That happened with professional breeders hanging and tagging papers. Come on, man. And another thing, I got my litter over there. It wasn't planned. I don't even consider myself a breeder, period. My dogs just they just made it when she was in heat. I didn't know if I was gonna mate them in the future or not, so I haven't got them neuter or spayed yet. It just happened. So I'm gonna make sure that my dogs all find good homes first and foremost. But the thing is that my dog's been going to the doctors, to the vet, since I got them. They're all caught up. Nymeria, after she had the puppy, she didn't even have to go to the doctors. I brought her to the doctors anyway. It cost me over $100. But I brought her there anyway because that's how I treat my dogs. I love them. I want to make sure that they're okay. I want to make sure that those puppies are okay because they're an extension of those dogs. I am what you would call a backyard breeder, even though I'm not even a breeder. But I got so much love for my dogs that you's going to get a very healthy dog from me. You're going to get the parents, they were loved, they were fed. You see her eating rabbit. You see them eating raw ground beef, raw chicken on a regular basis. That happens over here, and there's tons of videos to prove it. You seen them on hikes, you seen them swimming, you seen them at the dog park, you seen my dogs everywhere. And that is from what y'all would say as a backyard breeder. I could give you dogs better than a professional breeder who breeds all around, year round, has the puppies, leaves them in the kennel cage, just brings out, just has the mother feed them. As soon as it's enough time for them to go, he sells them, he's on to the next squat. That's hurting the shelters more. He's doing this 24/7. I already told y'all how they could hang and tag papers. Now I mean, they're not only are they messing up the breed, they're putting so many dogs out there for the love of the money. Check yourself before you down the backyard breeder. That's the meaning to my rant. It has nothing to do with the label professional. It has nothing to do with the label backyard. It has everything to do with you, the person. And that's just it. Anything, make sure I ain't missing nothing. I had something else I had to say. And I was just brainstorming, ranting in my head. I can't remember right now. All I know is I can't hang or tag any papers to mess up the breed further. Not like my dogs could be entered into a show as some breed and it be two breeds. It really two breeds. Like, they don't allow that for my puppies because my puppies don't have paper. But a breeder, he could do that. They got papers and they know how to cut corners and get around it. You think they not doing it, you stupid. How you think this breed got so many standards? Everybody sneaking what they want into the recipe and trying to get away with it. Like, come on now. Y'all know it's happening, so stop praising all of these so-called professional breeders. Like, and stop downing all the backyard breeders. Find out if the person loves their dog or not. If you love your dogs and you treat them right, so that's what matters most. Not your credentials, not your professional certificate or whatever the hell they give y'all. Doesn't matter. What matters is how you treat your dog. Do you got so many dogs on your yard that we know you can't tend to them the right way? We know they're chained up all day. Why do you have all these dogs? Wait, for the money, obviously. What the fuck? Like, what could you do with all of these dogs? Get money. Exactly. But y'all check yourself, man. There's Nitro Bloodlines. Please like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. You know.